Welcome to Short Game Techniques. You know, everything about short game, to me, I try to simplify. I try to make it the easiest possible way for my students to be able to execute a shot and basically hit as close to the hole as they can. I'm kind of a guy who likes to get the ball on the ground as soon as we can, if it calls for it. In this situation, let me kind of diagram it out. I'm about, 8 feet off the edge of the green. Obviously, you see a couple of sprinkler heads in front of me, so that to some degree might rule out putting. By all means, if you can putt the ball at various locations, that's probably the simplest way, especially for those of you that have a difficult time chipping the ball. Now, my pin location, I've put a disc out there. My pin location is really about, I'd have to say maybe 50 feet or so away from me. And I've also got a pretty big slope from right to left. So in this situation, if I get the ball on the ground quicker, I'm going to have to play more break. I'm going to take a 6-iron on this first shot. And again, I'm going to do a putt style, or what I call a putt chip, which is taking palms up. My arms are bent close to me. I'm going to play the ball off my back foot and basically use kind of a putting stroke, no wrists, back and through. All I'm going to do is try to land the ball safely on the green, maybe about 2 or 3 feet. I'm going to have to play about 7 foot of break. So here's what we're going to do. 6-iron, ball off my right toe, weight left, shoulders level. Just take this 6-iron and use a putting stroke. So not bad, probably left it about 5 feet short. Now, one thing you can kind of see, I actually landed that ball in the fringe. Now, what that means is I probably should go up in loft because I want to land it safely on the green. So again, it's trial and error based on where you are from a location off the green. In this case, I've got a slight upslope into the green, so that's why I would have to go ahead and take maybe a more lofted club. So now I've got an 8-iron. I'm going to execute the same shot, but now you'll see that I'm able to land this ball safely on the green a little further out. Same putt style grip, putt chip grip, ball back off my toe, weight left, shoulders level, club straight off the ground, straight back. Now I landed that ball pretty much in a perfect place, and it looks like, yes, it just rolled right on top of the disc. So the first iron, although it wasn't that great of a shot or wasn't that bad of a shot, wasn't the club that I would have chosen based on having to hit the ball on a slight incline up to the green. That 6-iron came in too low, consequently hit the fringe. The 8-iron was a better club. Now, some better players, they might want to take the break out of play. I'm going to take my most lofted club. For me, it's a 56-degree sand wedge. Now, what that simply means is I can take more of a direct route to the pin and not have to play the 6 or 7 foot of break. Sometimes better players like to do this. So what I'm going to do, same putt chip grip, ball back. I'm going to slightly open the face, ever so slightly. Ball back, weight left, shoulders level, and I'm going to make a bigger putting stroke and fly this ball maybe about 3 feet short of the hole. So you can see in that case, I was able to take and fly the ball more directly, not having to play the amount of break that I would have had to play by getting the ball on the ground as quick as I can. So there's various ways to play these short game shots, and really you want to play them. My thought is always take the club that requires the smallest swing to get you on the green as quick as you can. That just makes more sense. Simply means that if I can swing a club that far back and that far through over this far back and that far through, this one's going to win most of the time, the smaller swing. It's just determining what's going to be the best club to go from point A to safely on the green to point B, and then from there let it react like a putt. Technique wise, again, I'm a putt chipper. Okay, I think by doing more of a putting style motion, there's less moving parts, there's no hinging, there's no rotation so much of the face off the target line. Basic setup is very much close and on top of it, so it's easier to keep the club working more off the ground straight back and through, as opposed to too much arc around and around. So next time you go out to practice your chipping, you want to first look at where can I first land it safely on the green. And if that point is really close to you, I think that's a great selection of where you want to land it. The second thing you have to ask yourself is what club is going to land in that location and then roll and react like a putt the remaining of that distance. That's why you're going to have to chip with every club in your bag for the most part. I think it's important to have the ability to chip with all your clubs and almost using one stroke, as opposed to using one club and very many setups and very many swings. You see, that bigger swing I made with the sand wedge, the club is going back a lot further back and a lot further through. Now I can hit that shot and hit that shot all day. Players that maybe don't get to play and practice as much as maybe myself might be better off taking the lesser swing with the less amount of lofted club, again, such as the 8. You'll notice how small the swing is back and through, landing the ball right here in front of me. So again, I can get there both ways. You can get there both ways. You want to try to figure out what's the easiest, what's the simplest, what's the best way to kind of remain mistake free. So if you can actually get the ball positioned back in the stance, again, putt style grip. I've done various videos prior to this one talking about how I put my hands on the golf club. That's vitally important to executing great chip shots, because the way in which I encourage the grip, that enables the hands to work very passive and very quiet, and it's put into the big muscles back and through. The more you get towards your normal grip, your hands are used to certain hinging and rotation in that motion, and I think it makes it a little bit harder. So if you can kind of use the putt chip grip, I think you'll do a lot better. So next time you're out practicing, again, try to get the ball on the green as quick as you can if it makes sense. And if there's a big slope or a big mound between you and the hole and it warrants maybe putting the ball up in the air and flying it over that slope, I got no problem with that whatsoever. Just understand that that's going to be a bigger swing, and we want that bigger swing to mirror more of this putting stroke, keeping the club out in front of you and never taking it inside. Because players that take it inside typically have a tough time hitting good chip shots unless they've learned how to compensate for that takeaway. That might be another video down the road where I can actually come in with some faults and fixes of players that have poor takeaways to their golf swing. Matter of fact, I'll do that. So I hope you enjoy this video. Certainly, if you like it, you can actually subscribe, and I will be coming out with more videos like this that will help you with your short game and even some full swing thoughts.